And welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are doing a Utah Jazz rebuild after them drafting Ace Bailey with the 5th overall pick in the NBA draft. So the reason why we're doing this video is because nobody expected Ace Bailey to go to the Utah Jazz at pick 5. Everybody thought he was dodging Utah, obviously. We all probably knew that Cooper Flagg was going 1, Dylan Harper was going 2. At first, we all thought Ace Bailey was going to the Philadelphia 76ers. That's what all the mock drafts said. But he ended up declining workouts and, got a little awkward there. So they ended up just taking BJ Edgecombe, third overall pick. And then the Hornets took Con Kneppel at 4. That was the mock pick for a while. And we all thought Utah would go like Trey Johnson or Jeremiah Fitz. But no, they said they didn't. They said basically they didn't care. They still took Ace Bailey because, yes, he is the best player on the board left, obviously, after these 4 wins. Ace Bailey, obviously, was supposed to go 3. He was a top 3 talent. Now he fell all the way to 5. The Jazz took him. Even though Ace Bailey apparently didn't want to go to Utah, I felt like he was either going to fall to Washington, New Orleans, or Brooklyn. For these 3 teams he wanted to go to, I believe so. But the Jazz ended up taking him. And obviously, things were, like I said, a little weird when they took him, but we're going to do this rebuild because obviously nobody, like I said, expected the Jazz to take Ace Bailey. So and here we are. They went ahead and selected Ace Bailey. They also made a trade in the offseason as well. They went ahead and traded Yusuf Nurkic, or they went ahead and acquired Yusuf Nurkic from the Charlotte Hornets, and they went ahead and traded away Colin Sexton from. And they had to give up the second-round pick to trade away Colin Sexton. At the time, I didn't really agree with this trade. I still don't. I still don't really know what the Jazz were thinking there, but I guess they did trade Colin Sexton away. There must have been something. I don't know why they would even try that. I mean, Nurkic, I don't know if he'll actually be I guess they get a backup center. It's the only thing I could really think of, but really, I didn't really understand the trade by any means. Unless they were like rushing to trade Colin Sexton away for some reason, they could have probably got a better offer from that. I feel like they got better offers from that. Anyway, I was drafted Walter Clayton Jr. with the 18th overall pick. So, and they drafted John with the second round pick. It was all around. It was a really good draft for the Utah Jazz. And, they also could make some other trades like trading John Collins. I think they'll probably keep Walker Kessler. John Collins is the only guy I could probably see trading. So I'm going to probably get this video out as fast as I possibly can. So obviously we're in NBA free agency right now. We're at the point where like stuff are kind of slowing down. I'm recording this video. I'm going to make sure I get my phone flipped over because any signings happen. I recorded this video July 3rd, 10:52 p.m. Right before July the 4th. But yeah, I don't think we'll sign any free, and they will say straight to player progression at this point. We'll announce anybody that might come back in their qualifying offer. So player progression, we got Walker Kessler going up, John Collins going down, Elmer Martin going down, Keontae George, Isaiah Collier, Kyle Filipowski, Bryce Sensabaugh, Taylor Hendricks, Ace Bailey is staying the same as the rookie, obviously. Yusuf Nurkic is down, Cody Williams is up 3, James Springer is up, and then we got my Luka, obviously that name, I think Say was down. But we have to cut or trade one player away. And I think it's going to have to be my Luka. I don't know if his contract is guaranteed. It might not be. I'm guessing it's not because it has like a 2-year team option. So I'm guessing that contract is not guaranteed. We're going to have to waive him. It'll stretch the contract out, which is the most annoying part. But we could cut James Springer as well. But it's going to stretch the contract out. So maybe if we can make a trade, I don't know who would probably want like a Springer. Or I guess Springer wouldn't be getting much minutes for us, and it would stretch out the contract. So I guess what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually end up just cutting James Springer. But I'd love to trade him. James Springer is sadly gonna be the odd man out, but the Sixers maybe they want him back. The Bucks are in a weird spot right now, so they don't have a second round pick to trade. But I'm gonna trade away James Springer for a second round pick really quickly. So the Timberwolves will do something like this. They'll head straight into the rotation. This season, it's Keontae George, Ace Bailey, Lauri Markkanen, John Collins, Walker Kessler, Isaiah Collier, Kyle Filipowski, Bryce Sensabaugh, Taylor Hendricks, and then probably around 10 rotation and get whoever in the rotation. And they want to play Nurkic, which I guess, but I feel like Walter Clayton and Cody Williams, I feel like those guys might deserve minutes. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and kick out Nurkic. We don't really need it. We're literally a rebuilding team, so we even need this, bro. I'm gonna play Walker Kessler. I'm gonna play Walter Clayton, and then it sucks we can't play Cody Williams. I do want to play him. He was a lottery pick like a year ago, so like I said, I want to play him. but we might have to run an 11-man rotation, which, I guess makes sense. Like I said, we're a rebuilding team, like I said. So we're going to go ahead and give these minutes to Walter Clayton. I want to give him, like I said, I want to give these guys a lot more minutes off the bench, but the way we are now, we might have to go ahead and trade, like I said, move on from guys like John Collins to the trade. So I'll look to trade away John Collins to the trade deadline. I also will look to trade away Lauri Markkanen at the trade deadline. His contract might make that impossible, but he's a 7-foot stretch, could play probably small forward, power forward, and sometimes center. So we'll see what we can get for him. But for now, I'll probably see you guys at the trade deadline. I don't expect this team to be good, sadly. I'm not going to make a trade with the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns need a power forward, and I feel like John Collins would be a good fit for them. So like I said, I don't know if they have the assets to really pull this off, though. So maybe have a bunch of bigs. So I guess we can take on Nick Richards for a year. So Grayson Allen and Nick Richards, I think they have to give me like one more contract. So we're gonna have to give them money too. So like one more player. I guess we might be able to do something because actually, we'll have to give them. Yes, I knew they have to give me like one more bigger contract. So this $3 million, it could really be anything. They don't really have like a contract like that. So we might not even make a trade with this song unless we get Royce O'Neal and then we give them. And this is when we start to get weird, like Kenyon Martin. We could do this, but would it really be worth it to give up all these depth pieces for? I don't know. I don't know if the Suns really are the most. I looked for a lot of teams that maybe have interest in them. But it's definitely been hard. I can't lie. It's been really difficult trying to make a trade with John Collins. I don't want to keep him though, so we might just have to do a trade, some random trade idea, which sucks. But maybe the Detroit Pistons would have interest in it. So I think they'd probably trade Tobias Harris for him. So yeah, the Pistons need a starting power forward, probably better than Tobias Harris at this point, and they can get an upgrade obviously by trading him. And then I would love to get more out of them though. So like we can get Tobias Harris. They're picking 2026, and then maybe a couple of seconds. I'd love to get a young player out of them as well. That's the thing. I don't want to just take on scrubs. So let's say maybe Marcus Sasser, 12.5 points from Detroit. We'd have to pay him, or maybe we get Ron Holland. I don't know if we would get Ron Holland, but it's interesting. I'm gonna ask. Yeah, I'm gonna ask for Ron Holland. So I'm gonna ask, or this might be enough, honestly. If we can get maybe 2 firsts, just a little, crazy, but if we can get 2 firsts, and then for John Collins, I'd like that probably a little bit more. So you get an expiring contract. We just get a 2 firsts basically for John Collins. What do they say? They want this guy, and then a second they give me Joe Smith. So we're gonna do this trade. We get 2 firsts for John Collins. That's a steal. 2 firsts for John Collins. I don't know if I actually go for that in real life, but we traded him away, and we got Tobias Harris' expiring contract, and we were gonna free up money anyway, but at least we get open number of minutes. Next is probably Markkanen, but I'm not gonna lie with you guys. This will be hard doing it right now. I think we might have to do this in the offseason. I think Philly might have some interest. They don't really, like I said, they don't have a starting power forward, but the contract they would have to give me is Paul George, and I don't want to do that. So we're just gonna wait till the offseason, like I said. It's fine. So we have Keontae George, Ace Bailey. I want to give him. So we're actually averaging 15 points now, solid. So George, Bailey, Markkanen, Filipowski, Walker Kessler, Isaiah Collier, Bryson Sabat, Tobias Harris, Taylor Hendrick, Yusuf Nurkic. So I'm gonna fix this again. So we don't have to play Yusuf Nurkic. We don't have to play Tobias Harris either. So I am gonna go ahead and get these minutes to Walter Clayton Jr. Why not? We're gonna have him playing 17 minutes. I mean, what do we have to lose? You guys see our record. Might not have been paying attention, but what is, like I said, kick out Nurkic. We don't really need Nurkic at this point in the rotation, I guess. Kenyon Martin or anybody else we could play. We just play John at this point over Kenyon Martin. We'll just leave it like this. So, all right. Something like that. We were 12-39, the 15 seeds. Yeah, we'll be in the AJ Debanda sweepstakes. We can just give Ace Bailey a high tendency. I mean, he already is pretty high. So, I mean, at this point, we're just doing whatever we can. We'll just keep taking games, obviously. Trading John Collins is already a step in the right direction. So, we're not making the playoffs. It's pretty obvious at this point. Tanner averaged 36 points per game, and he won the MVP. Cooper Flagg, Rookie of the Year. But at the end of the season, we obviously didn't make the playoffs. So is it really worth the Shaw record? I mean, I guess it is. So we were 15-67. Yeah, no signs of improvement by any means. So Ace Bailey would probably be pissed off. I'm going to lie with you. But, oh, well, he had to deal with it. I mean, we drafted him. I mean, I feel like it's kind of ungrateful that he doesn't want to go to a team that literally gave him the opportunity, his dream. That's just my opinion, but 16 from Lauri Markkanen. We have 15 from Ace Bailey, 14 from George. So we don't even have a number one guy. I think it could be Ace Bailey, but I think we need like another player that can, now we know can be a number one option, not just Ace Bailey, because we don't really have that future guy yet. Cooper Flag could have been if they would have landed him. I actually was confident in them getting Cooper Flag, number one overall pick, but the Nuggets go on to win a championship. They have a pretty good team now. Obviously, they got Cameron Johnson, Hardaway, Valanciunas might go to overseas, though, so by the time we're recording this video, he has not, but we'll definitely see what happens there. So, but head training the draft lottery, so obviously we're going to be projected a high pick. We are projected number one overall pick in the draft. This might not be a good thing because when you're projected one, you usually don't get it, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's going to fall to 5. That's what I expected. So it's either, when you're projected one, you usually fall to 5 or something like in the range of that, but disappointing, I know. I'm going to probably bring back Will Hardy. I think he got extended in real life, I'm not quite sure, but I'm going to bring him back at this point, but yeah, it definitely does suck that we get 5. Well, that's why I have 23 in that trade with the John. We got 23 from John Collins. That's nice. So 5, 23. Obviously, we're going to have to draft with these picks. We're not trading. We're not even good like that, as you can see. So who we want at 5? I mean, probably whoever is just the best player on the board, right? So I guess we'll head straight into the draft. So number 1 going to be AJ Bananas. Should we could have traded up? Would the Hawks want Lauri Markkanen's contract? Probably not. The Wizards definitely wouldn't. Hornets take Chris Stanack. They probably wouldn't either. I don't think Memphis would either. They save money by trading away Desmond Bane. Like I said, it's going to be hard to trade that. So, but with them taking like a Dash Daniels and Chris Stanack, do have like a really good player on 5 in Cameron Boozer. So I definitely think we take him. We could take Nate and Matt, but I think, like I said, Cameron Boozer, he has Hall of Fame. Him and Nate are really good. We have to decide between one of them. I think I'm going to go out to Cameron Boozer, though. I've seen him do crazy things with 2K. I've seen him immediately step in and be the number one guy. So we'll pick 23 guy like Donnie Freeman, All-NBA, Carter Knox, All-NBA, Nitti Toppin, XL, Lunchberg, 6'9" out of UAB. Interesting. We got Alex Caravan from Connecticut. It's some interesting options here. Silas Demari, he's Hall of Fame ceiling, but I don't think we go with another guard here. I think we either take Lunchberg or Donnie Freeman. I'm going to take Axel Lunchberg with this pick. So Lunchberg, welcome to Utah. We'll take him with this pick. And then, Cameron Boozer and Axel Lunchberg. So take 2 forwards. I guess that's fine. Keontae George, Isaiah Collier, Sinsabat. We're going to accept everybody here. Cody Williams really isn't really that great in 2K. So just whatever. I'm kind of used to. Walker Kessler is a free agent this year. So we'll have to pay him big money, which does suck. But at least we'll save some money by renouncing these guys. So I'm going to pay Kessler now, or I'm going to wait on day 12. I'm going to renounce everybody else, and this is some big capital, as you can see, but I'll wait on day 12 to pay our big man. He'll probably be our starting setter for the rest of the video, unless we're, like, in some really bad cap situation, but I doubt it's going to be the problem. So Kessler, if we can get him to, like, $29 million for 4 years, if we flat rate that, we could. So, like, can we get to $28 million? Might reach there a little bit, but $29 million for 4 years flat rate. You should say yes to that. 88% interest. He averaged 8, 12, and 2 blocks for us. Yeah, as deserving in my opinion. So George and Collier, Ace Bailey, Walter Clayton, John. So I kind of do want to trade Lauri Markkanen right now because we already have a forward log jam, and he would probably have to be the guy to get traded. I'm gonna go ahead and move Philip Houski to backup center now because we definitely would need a backup center since obviously we don't really have that in the building or in store for us. So, and then Boozer will start off the 4. That kind of leaves no room for Markkanen, like I said. He doesn't really make sense for this. So I'm going to try my absolute best to trade Lauri Markkanen. I'll lie with you guys. I'm kind of debating this trade, actually. I didn't like it at the deadline, but if we trade Markkanen to the Sixers and we get Paul George a draft compensation in return, as you can see, Paul George contract expired in 2028. Markkanen's expired in 2029. I doubt Paul George opts out of that play, but I've seen him retire before. So if he retires next year and possibly, like I said, bad contract, usually traded for the clear cap based off season. I know, terrible contract. We all know that, but maybe because I'm gonna take the game. I think I'm gonna take the game with him retiring. I've seen him retire here in this game before, and if we can get good draft compensation for him, then we're talking. We can get off of Markkanen's contract, and if nothing, I guess George's contract expires earlier. So I'm going to bank on him retiring. I'm going to get more value out of him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till he regresses down even more. I think this is smart. What I'm going to do, so Markkanen stays the same, right? Paul George is going to be going down like crazy. Watch this. Yeah, he's down to a 76 now. So this should make the trade. We should even get more value out of this now. So although I'm back in the moving to power forward, he might go up at power forward. Okay, he stayed the same. His bar goes up, whatever. But like I said, we should get even more value there. So that was smart there. We get even more value since he goes down overall. So moving back to power forward, we're going to have to trade him now. So yeah, now we're getting crazy offers. So now they're offering me Jared McCain, which is so intriguing, but obviously that's the most unrealistic you could do. So Paul George, if we can get this 2028 Clippers pick, this 2029 Clippers pick swap as well, and then maybe it's a second round pick or two for Paul George. What do they say to that? They are gonna want this Lakers pick. Okay, we're getting two good picks. I understand, but I cannot trade that Lakers pick. That pick could be really valuable. But I can give you like John maybe, and then what do you say to that? So John, and then I'll give you guys a second round pick. Oh, that worked. Okay, so we get two first round picks, Clippers picks, by the way. And those picks are going to be really good. The Clippers are not a great team in 2K. We all know this. So that trade is going to be huge, and I absolutely love that. We're stacking up on 2027 and 2028, and we absolutely love that. So 2027 is going to be a huge year for us. And then we get Paul George's contract, which isn't great, like I said, but we're going to bank on him retiring or just him like expiring earlier. So either way, you like the trade a lot, obviously. The Philly gets their guy and move on from Paul George and get a better player in the way. And then they also, like I said, the contract doesn't really help them, but at least they're getting some guy that can at least play up to his contract eventually. So, and they have their starting power forward now. So that's a good team at Philly, if I say so. So, all right. We got Keontae George, Ace Bailey, Bryce Sensabaugh, Cameron Boozer as the new guy, Walker Kessler, Isaiah Collier, Filipowski, Hendricks, Cody Williams, Walter Clayton, and Paul George. I guess we'll play him because he is, like I said, making $56 million or $54 million. So we're gonna have to. I'm gonna run another 11-minute period so we can get him playing time. And I do want to give Clayton a little bit more minutes though. It sucks that he can't really play that much minutes, but I want to give him in there just a little bit more in there. And then we'll do shot tendencies now. I want to give Ace Bailey the full run here to be the number one option. Then Boozer, I want him to score the ball as well a ton. So do something like that. And then George, like I said, he's probably not going to become anything crazy for us. He never does it 2K, so I'm not even going to force it and push it as a high shot tendency. Like I said, the keys for the future are Ace Bailey and Cameron Boozer. And if we do this rebuild correctly, we should be walking out this video with a championship. But we'll see what happens. Contract extension deadline here to offer some extensions to our players. So one guy I'm going to offer extension to is probably, so it's not going to be Keontae George. We might even let him walk a free agency depending on how much he's asking for, honestly. He hasn't really became anything for us. He's been the same player for a long time, and he's regrets. Now, he's averaging 6.7 assists. That's one good thing with him, but his perimeter defense is a B minus, and that's close to a C. So that's why, I don't know. I think we could probably move on. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to extend Bryce Sensabaugh. He's having an incredible season, averaging 14 points for us, shooting 39% from three. So he's going to be a really good player for us in the future, obviously. So we're looking, obviously, at a C, not a good defender, but we are going to offer an extension. So if we need him to, like, I don't know, 13.5 million for 4 years last time, I want to allow myself into Sensabaugh. So 13.5 million for 5 years for Sensabaugh, so we get him back on the roster long term on a pretty cheap deal. Not a bad contract by any means. Okay, we got him locked up. Next is probably going to be Taylor Hendricks, like I said. Good defender, good shooter as well, and we definitely need him. So just locking myself into another 3-and-D guy. If we can get him to like something similar to what we gave Sensabaugh, so 14.5 million, he will decline that, but I'm going to push it up a little bit more. So 14.75 million. 4-year deal, what does he say to that? He'll accept that. So we get Hendricks back. Well, I said almost similar numbers, just a little bit up for Hendricks. And then Paul George, obviously, I don't know why he's even saying none. We're going to pay you anyway, bro. But is he contemplating retirement? Okay, he's not going to retire, but I mean, he might still. We'll see. All right, that's all I wanted to do. We are terrible and only at 12 wins on this season. So we're going to be probably in the whoever the number one pick. I believe it's Tyron Stokes sweepstakes. We'll figure that out soon. Alexander is your back-to-back MVP. Losing rookie of the year. This is a great start in the right direction. Like I said, if these guys keep developing, we might not even have to like go for like or trade for like a superstar, which I'm completely excited about the draft we got with Ace Bailey and Kim Boozer. So we obviously didn't make the playoffs by any means. I'm just gonna simulate the playoffs. You guys probably know how our record looked like at this point. Dallas was going to win it all against Toronto. Who does Toronto have that special? They really have the same team. The Dallas is just an incredible team. I guess we'll look at the player stats, though. We had 17 from Ace Bailey, 15. Once we, like I said, guys will keep developing. They'll keep getting better and better every year. We just have to figure out the team surrounding them, and then I feel like we should be good about that. I guess I'll show you guys the record at this point. We were 16 and 66. I don't know if we were good or worse. Mike Conley and Kevin Durant, all these guys retired, so end of an era. Wait, yes, okay, Paul George retired. Now, I don't think he'll leave that much money on the table, though, but it happened, and that's what we absolutely love to see. So Paul George retired, and we'll absolutely take that salary cap, like I said. He could retire. He's literally in Utah, so I think he could retire. He's on a terrible team, and he's not probably going to win anymore, and he's washed. So I definitely think that's a reason he could retire. And you already made a bunch of money in your career at this point, so why not just call it a quit? You already have accomplished everything you need to. You already know it's a really, all-time great, probably in the Hall of Fame too. But all right, in the draft lottery, we are projected number 1 and number 13. We're projected number 1 back-to-back years. This isn't going to end well, is it? No, we're going to fall to 5 once. Maybe we got to stop. Can we get projected number 2 pick instead of 1 every year? Because we're falling in the draft every time. So we got, bro, I bet if this was in real life, Utah Jazz fans would be so upset. I mean, obviously, but we got 5, we got 13, and we got 19. So from the Lakers and Cavaliers to get those picks. That's nice. All right. Does anybody else own our pick this year in the drafts? No, we have all of our own first round picks. In 2020, we have the Clippers picks, in 2029 as well. So it's only brighter in the future. All right. So Will Hardy, I kind of want to fire Will Hardy, honestly. There hasn't been any improvement, so we have to move on. We have a little bit of a high budget, so if we can get like one of those 2 guys, maybe we'd be looking good. No, why not? We'll offer Darvin Ham too. Okay, we are going to get Tyronn Lue, though. So Tyronn Lue's our new head coach. He should be able to change Utah around. I mean, hopefully. Right now, we're looking pretty close. But I think we'll head to the draft once again. So we'll see if we can grab here. So Mika goes 1. If we had number 2, this would be perfect. We'll be in the ring to draft Tyron Stokes, which do we trade up to Houston? What would Houston, we could sure trade up to Houston and grab Stokes, have an even better young core. Houston doesn't need a small forward, though, so I don't know. It's kind of match made in heaven. But if we offer them a good enough package that they can't refuse, maybe they agree. But, damn, if I would have opted into Cody Williams as team option, we could probably trade him away. I said, intriguing young player. Damn, that sucks. Oh, well, we can't really do nothing about it. Maybe they want to excel Lundberg and the 5th overall pick, and then we can give them one of these 2028 picks. So we'll give him this these picks are going to be valuable in the future. I don't think this one will be valuable. This pick swap, best of Cleveland, Minnesota. So Minnesota and Cleveland, probably 2 teams that are probably going to be good. No, we'll see. So this I'll be wanting to trade for the 2nd overall pick. We can get Stokes in the building. He can slide in that small forward. So I don't hate if we do this. What do they say? Yeah, they decline. That's probably my best trade I could have. Whatever. We don't have to draft, so it's fine. It's fine. He'll go 3, though. We got Hugo going, and then we got Brandon McCool, which is somebody I was targeting, or somebody I kind of wanted. He could have probably been our starting point guard. It's fine. We got Caleb Holt. I think we'll end up going with him, though. So Caleb Holt on the board, probably the next best player, 13. We got Christian Collins. We got Abraham Joe-Maker Bull, or however you say it, Anthony Thompson. So I think I'm going to go with Christian Collins, though. I mean, we could go with Abraham, 7-1 center. He can probably be the future backup if we move Kyle Filipowski back to power forward. But I think that's what I'll do. So we'll probably grab the 7-1. Christian Collins look good. Oh, he has Hall of Fame. Yeah, I can't pass one Hall of Fame ceiling right now. So we'll take him. And the guy I wanted is still here. So that's literally perfect. We'll take him. So amazing. A+ draft, in my opinion. So Isaiah Collier, we'll accept everybody here. Qualifying offers, Keontae George. I don't know. Do we resign Keontae George? That is the question of what we need to do. So he's asked for 40 million. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, this might not be possible. Sure, we're below the first apron and all that, but I don't know, this might not be possible. So I might just roll what we have right now and move Walter Clayton to point guard. I think that's what I'll do. Walter Clayton, he just needs minutes, man. Once we give him minutes, he'll break out. So I think he might be the starter this year. We'll figure it out. Sensabaugh, Cody Williams, so we could make a trade for a guy right now if we wanted to. A trade for like an actual point guard. I know Isaiah Collier is, yeah, he's really inefficient. Like, that's crazy inefficient. That's absolutely terrible inefficient, man. You got to be chucking up shots if you're shooting 26% from three and 33% from the field. That's awful, dude. Especially if they're starting point guard 84 overall. So we could do that, honestly. I'm going to wait on Keontae George. We might be able to re-sign for cheaper, or maybe come back as a qualifying offer. Either way, we might not be able to re-sign him. So we'll see. All right. Okay, day 12, no offers, 29 million. I think I might let him go. Like, sure, we can re-sign, we can sign and trade him, but Clayton. Yeah, I'm gonna let him go. I feel that's for the best at this point. I'm gonna let him walk for agency. So Keontae George, we're gonna let him walk. Hopefully, like I said, he wouldn't really become anything for us, so we're gonna just let him walk a free agency. Ace Bailey is up, and that should open up more scoring opportunities for the rest of the guys as well. So we don't have much player regression, which sucks. But we do have Ace Bailey and Booz. That's really all we need to contend. I think what's safe for sure is our center rotation, our power forward rotation. I don't know too much about our small forward, though. That is something. That's why I'm going to draft the Terran Stove. That's something we have to figure out. But step by step, we're building this team up. Our rotation is Walter Clayton Jr., Ace Bailey, Bryce Sensabaugh, Cameron Boozer, Walker Kessler, Isaiah Collier, Kyle Filipowski, Taylor Hendrick, Caleb Holt, and Cody Williams. Your 10-man rotation this year. So, yeah, we'll run that. Hopefully, we can see some improvement. That's what I'm banking on. Bailey is already, 80, 95 shots at NC. Boozer's 88. These are, like I said, two main scorers. It's really losing at this point. So now, like I said, I'm interested in making a deal at the deadline. Maybe like I said, I want to use Cody Williams' contract and something. We want to be able to re-sign him. So we might as well just trade him for something, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking of at this point. But probably see you guys at the deadline. Or if we're good enough, end of the season. So far, so good. I don't know. Cooper Flagg is the MVP, but also a report just came out, man, that the Heat and Suns have held trade discussions centered around Bradley Beal per Mark Stein. So I mean, I really don't know what could happen there. Honestly, I think Bradley Beal wanted to go to the Heat before, obviously when he was getting traded from the Wizards, but I don't know I don't know why he would want him now. Why I don't know why he want. We ended up being the second team. That's absolutely insane to me. How in just a couple of years. I mean, it's not really surprising. Obviously, in 2K, you could literally go from the 15th seed like that. Think about the 15th seed. The Clippers were terrible, so we're gonna probably add another top 5 pick. So this is amazing, dude. That Paul George trade, we fleeced them. But I was thinking of making a trade to them. We were just so good at it not to. 55 and 27 with this roster. We're going to keep getting better, man. 23 from Ace Bailey, 17 from Boozer, 12 from Sensabaugh. Said there's still work to do, but having this record right now just feels great. I feel like we trade for a point guard, ball handler. Walter Clayton was good, but I feel like we get somebody like a 90 overall at that position, then we're actually cooking. But what we're going to do is we're going to shrink it down. We're going to go 8-minute rotation. We're going to push the bench utilization down. I'm looking to win a championship this year. Screw it. All right, we got Minnesota in round 1. Obviously, they probably have the best player in this series still in Anthony Edwards, but we're going to see if we can beat this team. In round 1, we are going to lose in 6, but there's still opportunity for us, man. The Magic in the finals. Orlando has obviously a good team now. They lose to the Spurs, though. All right. In the NBA retirements, we have no gas player retiring. Forgot. So Paul George retired last offseason. That helped us out a ton. But we are going to be projected the number 2 overall pick thanks to the Clippers. We're going to finish with the number 1 overall pick thanks to the Clippers. Thank you, Los Angeles. Thank you, Philly, as I should say. Thank both of you guys. You just gave us number 1 overall pick for Lauri Markkanen. I mean, you guys could have 1 and 2. I'm not going to lie with you. Now that would have been something. But we have no one overall pick, and we obviously have to, have to take the guy we want to take, right? We probably got to take Baba, right? So Baba is the best player. Sure, we could use this pick in a trade, but we need a starting small forward right now, and I'm gonna take Baba with this pick. I know Paul is small forward, but he's 6'9". Move him to small forward, he should go up even more. All right, so pick 6. I even know we had another pick, so I'll grab Ryan Hampton with this pick. Do something like that. The team play options: Ace Bailey, Lunchberg. We'll set everybody here. Like I said, I'll probably bring him back Collier, Cody Williams. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to sign and trade Isaiah Collier. So I'm going to do, I'm going to sign and trade him away to a team that I think could like him. Cody Williams never getting that money from me by the seasons he's had with us. I gave him so many opportunities in the rotation, just couldn't get it pulled together. So I'm probably going to re-sign Filipowski, though. But I'm sure we could just let all these guys go if we really wanted to, but I'm going to re-sign Kyle Filipowski to a respectable number, and then we're going to sign Isaiah Collier. LaMelo Ball is an expiring contract, and I would actually love to get him. He'd be like our playmaker. He could score the ball as well. Tyrese Halliburton is interesting, but I don't know. I guess we'll get a team intel and see what teams do less. So I want to see how Philadelphia is looking because I would love to get Tyrese Maxey off of them. I'm pretty sure he's had a good season with them as well. If you guys heard that about phone drop, sorry. But yeah, 30 points per game, 46% from three. Obviously, I'd love to get. I feel like he's more of a shooting guard, though. But I feel like he'd still be a great point guard to add to this roster. So that's one of the guys I'd love to add. But let's keep on what I said. LaMelo Ball is somebody I'd love to get as well. I want to get a playmaker, though. So LaMelo Ball buying off the Hornets. So like I said, LaMelo, we can get him. We can get Tyrese Maxey, or we can get Tyrese Halliburton with their buying. So every option is available. Halliburton is obviously the best one out of all of them, but I feel like I've got Halliburton and Jazz rebuild before, so I kind of want to steer away from that. And I probably want to go after LaMelo Ball. I mean, I like the idea of him a lot. Hopefully, it doesn't make our team. I don't want to give up a lot, though, to get him. Hopefully, it doesn't make our team worse. I don't think it will. It was going to add another really good player to this team. So we're going to sign Isaiah Collier to them. We're going to need $10 million in this trade. So probably going to have to throw Ryan Hampton in there, first of all, and then I still want Walter Clayton to be the backup point guard. He had a really good season for us just now. Andre Murray, about $3 more million. So I thought it was $5 million. We need $3 million. So we could trade Baba. These rookie contracts are big, man. I know it's first overall pick, but does that hurt your team too? I have no clue. But I want to keep these guys, but I don't think I'm going to play Caleb Holt or we might have to trade one of these guys. So Christian Collins will have to be in the trade. Man, they're really good. I don't want to do it. So we'll throw an XO. We might have to trade one of these guys, though. I'm going to have to trade either Baba, Caleb Holt, or Christian Collins. I honestly think we're going to probably have to trade away Christian Collins. So he's not going to get playing time for us. So over Caleb Holt, which one of these guys have more value? Guess we'll figure that out really quickly. So Caleb Holt has more value. So I'll trade Christian Collins away. So now I'll trade this. Dude, I know these picks are crazy. We'll trade this pick right here, this Pistons pick, and we'll trade. Maybe that's enough. I think that's enough so far. LaMelo Ball, welcome to Utah. So we get our starting point guard, LaMelo Ball. Walker Clayton, we'll back him up. Baba and will be our starting small forward next year. So we'll do something like that. Where Baba. This is a long video, but so far this is working out. I think we win a championship within the next 2 years. That's the trajectory we're on right now. So we got LaMelo, Walter Clayton, Ace Bailey, Caleb Holt, Baba and Sin Sabat, Kieran Boozer, Taylor Hendricks, and Kessler and Joe Maker Bowl, or should I say Kyle Flip, because he'll be back. He'll be the starting center. Cody Williams is out, so we don't have to need him back. So we'll wait now Kyle Filipowski to come back. He'll be our backup five. Not the rim protecting backup center. Obviously, doesn't block at all. Like literally doesn't block at all. But still a good shooter, solid rebounder. And it was not the best defensively, but that's fine. We already have Kessler, a bunch of other defenders. So, damn, I don't want to give him a one-year deal. I should have offered him a contract and an amazing shooter. Forgot about that, but whatever. We'll still get him back. So, Ace Bailey is up. LaMelo, Kessler, Boozer, Caleb Holt is up to an 85. Walter Clayton is up to an 86. So, yeah, these guys are developing like crazy. This all-around amazing. Abraham definitely could have been our backup five this year, but I'm loving this. I'm going to lie. I'm absolutely loving this, man. We'll now love this. So I still think win a championship in 2029 or 2030. Ultimately, it depends. We'll figure it out. So, or see really soon, actually. So, like I said, I'm hoping we do because I really do want to see this team succeed. But we'll download the draft class. Hopefully, this doesn't take long to advance. It is. All right, here we go. We got LaMelo Ball, Ace Bailey. They want to start Sensabaugh, but I'm gonna go ahead and start Baba right away. I'm gonna start Baba in the rotation. Boozer, Kessler, Holt, Filipowski. So yeah, I'm gonna go 9-man rotation. Like I said, Sensabaugh and then Baba. Go ahead and do something like this where Baba in the starting role, and then yeah, we just run a 10-man rotation. Then I'll see you guys at the end of the season. The MVP rookie of the year goes to Brandon McCoy. Wasn't he a rookie like a couple of years ago? He's just now going to play in time, I guess. I could have immediately started him if he was a Jazz. But at the end of the season, we finished off as number one seed in the West. So like I said, an incredible season once again, 63-19. We weren't the best team record-wise. The Hawks are the best team record-wise. Yeah, I think the last team was good. They replaced Trey with Evan Booker. They got the Danza. So yeah, that's crazy. Still a lot of Regis Shea off the bench too. But hopefully we can get that finals matchup soon. They still want to start Sensabaugh, which I don't. I guess we'll look at the players and see like how we did, how the guys did. So we had 21 from Bailey, 18.5 from LaMelo, 16 from Boozer, had about 14.5 from Babe. I don't know why they don't want to start Babe. I'm probably gonna start him anyway because he should be starting in the playoffs. That's what we need right now. With how the regular season he just had, I'm gonna start him in the playoffs. So he should be. I'm gonna put one season because he should be starting next year. Definitely. So something like that. We'll go. I want to keep him in the rotation since Bob. We might not be able to, knowing like what we need right now. We might even go 8-man. I think that's what we'll do. So 8-man rotation. Here we go. We got Phoenix in round one. So I have Ryan Rawlings. That's the starting point guard. Jalen Green. So Devin Booker left them. We'll see how this goes. This team doesn't look too good. I'm gonna lie. It's way out there built. Yeah, I didn't like how they have Malawach and Mark Williams starting together. That's terrible spacing along with Ryan Dunn, and yeah, that's not good, man. Then we got Golden State. So Golden State doesn't look too good. They lost Stephen Curry. They have John Collins. John Collins went from Detroit. They didn't re-sign him with the Philly, and then he went to Golden State for the last 2 years, and he is on a contract with a big contract. But yeah, they have Fox. I mean, that's fine, but they have Pajemski still. They have Dalton Knecht. Yeah, I know a lot. This team that doesn't look too intimidating to me. I think they have Kuminga averaging, they had 20 last year, but yeah, he was my dang. I think we should be able to beat this team pretty easily too. I'm gonna take game 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those teams are terrible we just played. Now we have San Antonio. Now this is gonna be a tough, but we were the 1 seed for a reason. We were the 3rd seed for a reason. We were the 1 seed, they're the 3rd seed for a reason. So I'm hoping that matters, but we'll see. Game 1. They're gonna take game 2. We even it up. Game 3, we're up 2-1. They even up 2-2. They're up 3-2, and we might be going home here unless a miracle happens. They still want to bench Bob. I'm not listening, but yeah, right now we're down 3-2, and right now we're down the game, and we're gonna lose. So, dude, the Spurs always eliminate me, man. I've been never able to beat the San Antonio Spurs for some reason. Though Wemby is unstoppable. We could have. Yeah, we were going to get that finals matchup, too, versus the Hawks. So we'll probably go one more year on this. So I'll see you guys in the playoffs next year. All right, so this final season, Cooper Flag was the MVP. Silas is finally playing his rookie season. That's cool. I remember debating on drafting him. We were the 1 seed again. The Hawks were still the 1 seed in the East. Quinn Snyder, Coach of the Year. We could have won Coach of the Year, too, but Tyronn Lue, but I guess something, I don't know. But we got number 1 seed in the West. 21 from Ace, 19 from Boozer, 18, 16, 15, 11, 7, 7, 6, and 3. We're able to re-sign everybody, too, which is great. So this will be the last season. Sensabaugh, ice cold vision, but that don't matter. He won't be playing in the playoffs anyway. So I don't know, that contract I gave him, I mean, it wasn't bad. He still put a respectable number. He's still averaging 7 points, 41% from 3, just not really good defensively. But, I guess he's in like not a great role now, so I understand. We'll go 9-man rotation. All right, we have Los Angeles in round 1. They have Zach Regis now, so they let him go to the Clippers, so we'll see how that goes. In round 1, we are going to beat them at 4-1 sweep. Now we got Phoenix, the 5th seed, so the rookie of the year. They have Jalen Green. The team looks a lot better now. They've got a real power forward in Jarius Walker. We'll see how this goes. Hopefully, I mean, they're up 2-1. We've been up 2-2. They're up 3-2. We're going to go to game 7. I don't know, you guys don't know how bad it would suck to go home in round 2 after all we did, but so far, it's not going to happen. So why was I even worried? I guess. All right, 114-86. 35 for LaMelo helped us advance. Now we're in round 3 and we got Oklahoma City. Those not freaking San Antonio, thank goodness. So Oklahoma City is still a good team. So be careful what you wish for. They have Shea, Jason Crowley. They have J Dub, Chet, Jaden, Nate, Topage. Yeah, this team's pretty crazy too. Well, I mean, game 1 we're gonna take. Game 2 we're gonna take. Game 3 they're gonna take. Game 4 we're 3-1, and we are gonna beat them in 6. Now we got Atlanta. I don't know how they would have grabbed Jeremiah Fears. The Pelicans decided not to re-sign him, which is interesting, but. And he's actually shooting solid from 3, shooting 35% from 3 in the playoffs, which is something I don't usually see him doing. But they replaced him with who? They replaced Reza Shea with Jeremiah Fears. They have Dyson Daniels still, AJ Banza, Jalen Johnson, Zach Edey. All right, we'll see how this goes. They have Ron Holland, Alex Garabin develops with 81, so I have to remember that whenever I debate on drafting him. But game 1, we're going to take. Game 2, we're going to take. Game 3, and game 4. Not having a sweat. We could have won last year against this team too, but the Spurs ended up beating us. But all around, really fun video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. I'm really happy we got a championship with Utah, obviously. Utah Jazz fans, how would you guys feel if this was how your team was rebuilt for the future? I think you guys would feel really well about this. We also drafted Aiden Diggs in the draft. He was our rookie, but we won't be gone anymore longer. We won a championship. So, by the way, made a video. I told you guys that this video is probably going to end in the championship, and look what happened. If this team was rebuilt well, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.